Welcome to the White House.
Next on Northwest News Evening Edition, the Seahawks take D.C. Paul Sylvie's there to tell us what the players thought of getting congratulated by the president. Then President Obama demands answers from the nation's VA hospitals, find out how many facilities are under the federal microscope. And biologists help these birds of prey find new homes, why their relocation means safer flying for you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Meg Coyle. Your news starts now.
This is NWCN. Northwest News and weather 24 hours a day. Now, Northwest News Evening Edition.
Let's give it up for this quiet, reserved bunch called the Seattle Seahawks.
The celebration continues for the Seattle Seahawks. Like all Super Bowl champs before them, the team made it to the White House to celebrate with the president himself. It was an incredible afternoon for the team as they had the president and the crowd cheering and laughing. Here's King 5's Joyce Taylor to help us relive in what hopefully was the first of many of these types of visits.
You could see it in the way they walked and hear it booming across.
And Paul Sylvie is also in D.C. and here to tell us what the players thought of all the pomp and circumstance. Paul?
Well, Meg, I think as much as the Seahawks were excited about this trip, nothing could prepare them for the actuality of actually meeting the President of the United States, shaking his hand, having a chance to talk with him, visit with him, and just enjoy the moment. As you can imagine, the President's schedule very regimented, as it is working around the Commander-in-Chief in most days. The President's schedule tight. Spoke for about 10 minutes today, but as you heard, Mr. Obama seemed very in tune with the Seahawks team, and the players appreciated his enthusiasm.
When we're in that room and the president walks through, I mean, you know, it's still a person, but it's the president of the United States. And I mean, I've never been speechless before, and I didn't know what to say to him when I was shaking his hand. But yeah, just a phenomenal moment and truly blessed to have this opportunity.
He was right up on us. He's followed us very, very closely and was very impressive. He understood a lot of stuff about us behind the scenes too when we talked. He mixed very well with the players, and the guys had a really good time with him.
You know, today's visit was extra special for a few of the players. We talked to Bobby Wagner today about how important it was for him to come here and meet the president. And you could see and hear the sincerity with Doug Baldwin there as he talked about his visit to the White House. And Doug, the nice thing today, he actually had 2 suits packed in his suitcase. One of his teammates forgot a suit, so he gave that teammate his extra suit, put on the other one, and they just teamed up for yet another day as the Seattle Seahawks, the Super Bowl champs. In D.C., I'm Paul Sylvie, King 5 News. Meg?
Paul, thanks. A lot of our viewers chimed in on Facebook with their congratulations for the Hawks. Monica wrote, darn good feeling to be a 12. And Janie said, I'm a diehard Seahawks fan and I'm from Port Townsend and I'm really proud of Pete and the guys. If you want to join the conversation, just like our Facebook page or follow us on Twitter. Before he met with the Seahawks, though, the president addressed the misconduct at the nation's Veterans Administration hospitals.
If these allegations prove to be true, it is dishonorable, it is disgraceful, and I will not tolerate it, period.
He's talking about reports that 40 veterans in Phoenix died while waiting for care at the local VA hospital, followed by a cover-up. That VA probe is now extending to 26 hospitals. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we'll tell you about one Northwest VA hospital currently facing legal trouble. We've seen the first shot across the bow from one of the candidates in the race for U.S. Senator in Oregon. Incumbent Democrat Jeff Merkley and his camp created this website called Meet Monica Webby. She's the Republican challenger who pulled away in the primary last night, despite recently revealed accusations that she stalked and harassed her ex-boyfriend and ex-husband. The website paints Webby as a hand-picked favorite of Republicans. It's expected a lot of outside money will play a role in this race.
People that we don't know, never see, don't bump into in our daily lives, but they come from other places and they'll be spending money, and it won't necessarily go into a Jeff Merkley or Monica Webby campaign fund.
The outcome of this race will help decide which party controls the Senate. New surveillance video shows the moments leading up to a deadly crash involving a Sound Transit bus in western Washington. Listen as you hear a passenger try to get the driver to stop. The bus driver claimed the brakes failed, but the State Patrol says the driver took no action to avoid hitting an SUV and killing 2 people who were inside, except to honk the bus's horn. A decision on charges is expected within a couple of weeks. Still ahead, climbing season is almost upon us. Meet the team who answers the call when something goes wrong on the mountain.
And it looks like one more dry day and then some changes coming, especially when we get into Friday and the holiday weekend. I'll have more on that in a few minutes.
And Boise's Bronco Stadium getting a new name, what we now have to call the home of the Smurf Turf. Storms barreled through northern Colorado Wednesday, spurring a rare tornado warning in the Denver area. This is a picture of a funnel cloud forming near Denver. The messy weather forced officials to shut down Denver International Airport for a short time. Weather spotters in nearby Aurora said they also saw what they believed was a tornado. And in Alaska, fire crews are working to contain this rapidly growing fire. So far, it's charred 20,000 acres near Soldotna. Officials say a pilot flying into the local airport Monday first noticed the fire, which was caused by an abandoned campfire. They add that strong winds are pushing the flames away from homes, but there is no rain in the forecast to help crews battle the fire. We're getting an up-close look at how some Northwest rescue crews train for high-altitude mountain rescues. This elite Army Reserve unit out of Joint Base Lewis McChord took us along on one of their training missions on Mount Rainier. Wednesday, they brought a team of medics who need to know how to function under the influence of such high altitude.
If you're above 10,000 feet and you're not on oxygen, you start getting hypoxic, you start getting headaches, stuff like that. You're not thinking 100% clear, or you're making mistakes you wouldn't normally make.
Most of the unit has been deployed to Afghanistan, and members say their high elevation training helped prepare them to rescue soldiers over there.
Now, weather from the Northwest First Alert Weather Center.
And welcome back. Well, still seeing some scattered showers, a little lightning and thunder in southwestern Idaho. This is the second afternoon that they've been dealing with this in the Boise area. There's a look at a webcam. Clouds, especially near the foothills, late morning into the afternoon. Temperatures warm, though, into the 80s. I'll come back with more in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Jim. Coming up, why the presidents from 2 Northwest universities are leading a new charge to reform college athletics. And if you see news happening, shoot it and share it with us. You can send your photos and videos to share it at nwcn.com. On Wednesday, President Obama said he will not tolerate any misconduct at American VA hospitals. But one Northwest hospital has found itself at the center of the controversy. We've learned a woman is suing VA Puget Sound, alleging delays in her brother's treatment cost him his life. To hear Connie Olberg describe her big brother,
Cliff, my brother Cliff,
kinda makes you wish we all had a brother like him. VA Puget Sound says it doesn't comment on pending litigation. They also told us an audit that happened this month found no evidence of extensive wait lists at the facility. Officials at the Portland VA hospital say only 3% of the 900,000 appointments they make annually are not being made fast enough. And while that number seems low, it's still a big deal to veterans like Gordon Denman. Gordon says most of the time he's scheduled to see his doctor within 2 weeks, which is the VA's goal. But there have been times he's had to wait much longer.
Each one of us are getting older, and as we get older, we don't heal near as fast. And dog nabbit, if we could get in and get whatever is wrong taken care of then, we don't have to worry about that.
The VA plans to get Oregon patients to see doctors more quickly by increasing the size of its centers in Salem and Vancouver this summer. Protesters assembled outside Amazon shareholders meeting today and on Wednesday and called on the company to stop selling foie gras, the livers of force-fed ducks.
This sort of animal abuse is out of step with American values, and ramming a metal rod down a duck's throat 3 times a day in an effort to force feed them has already been banned in California and over a dozen countries.
Later on, another group gathered to get Amazon's attention. Security guards who work for an Amazon contractor say they want to unionize without retaliation by their employer. Neighbors in one Portland neighborhood say they are fed up with the city. The Centennial Mill water tower has been targeted by vandals for several years now. The first time it took the city about a year to cover the graffiti. The city owns the building, and under city ordinance, property owners must remove graffiti within 10 days. But the city says it's incredibly dangerous to get up there. The presidents at UW and Wazoo made waves with a new letter calling for reform within the NCAA. Specifically, the letter describes a sense of urgency in suggesting schools make scholarships the full cost of attendance. It also wants guarantees student athletes get enough to complete a bachelor's degree and can switch schools without taking a year off.
Can we find a way where these conferences can hive off with respect to some of the rules with respect to how the athletes are treated?
Young says the Pac-12 presidents believe the letter should be the guideline for a type of university super conference with its own set of rules. The NCAA will meet next month to discuss the issue. The home of the Smurf turf is about to undergo a big change. Wednesday, Boise State University announced a deal to rename Bronco Stadium Albertsons Stadium. The grocery chain bought the naming rights in a 15-year, $12.5 million agreement. This is the first time the stadium has changed its name since it opened back in 1970. Still to come, these birds are on the move. Why their relocation isn't just for their safety, but for air passengers' safety as well. Imagine being 100 feet up in a tree and pulling chicks out of a nest. That may sound harsh, but it could be what keeps your next flight in the air. King 5's Glenn Farley takes us into the trees and finds that SeaTac has another bird problem to deal with.
Another spring, another pair of red-tailed hawk chicks rescued from a nest. Why?
While bird strikes do happen, the airport says the number of bird incidents has been cut in half in the last 3 years.
Now, the extended forecast, brought to you by Car Toys. Save up to $200 on the Samsung phones everybody wants. Get your next phone and details at Car Toys.
And time to check the extended forecast around the Northwest. Jim Guy is here. It's looking not too bad.
Not bad. Tomorrow's going to be kind of a transition day in some spots like western Washington, and I think start dry, but may end the day with some scattered showers, and then we'll get into the weekend right now. So, you know, it looks like temperatures getting into the 70s on Thursday afternoon. Then Friday, mostly cloudy. A few showers, rain tapering to showers in the afternoon. A few showers with sun breaks on Saturday. Doesn't look that wet on Saturday, but increasing rain on Sunday afternoon and a few showers left on Monday, and 65 for Memorial Day. All right, there's a look at Portland. Close to 80 and partly sunny tomorrow. Showers around on Friday. Showers, sun breaks on Saturday. That probably will be the better day of the 3-day weekend. Showers Sunday, showers on Memorial Day, and temperatures in the mid-60s. All right, there's a look at Spokane. Increasing clouds gradually through the day. Upper 70s, close to 80 degrees. Showers around on Friday. Right now, the weekend, it's not looking all that bad. I'm going to go partly sunny both days, and temperatures right around 70 to 72. Monday for Memorial Day, mostly cloudy with a few showers, and the showers stick around next Tuesday and Wednesday. And then there's a look at Medford. 88 tomorrow in Medford with sunshine. And then here comes some clouds, a few showers on Friday. Saturday looks like showers, but it dries up on Sunday. And then showers and sun breaks on Monday for the holiday, and 77. And then partly sunny through the middle of next week, and temperatures getting into the mid-70s. So that's not a bad period there in Medford.
No, and the temperatures are nice, you know?
Yeah, they're pretty comfortable, around 70, 72 most areas.
Yeah, all right, Jim, thanks. You're watching NWCN. Keep it here on NWCN.com as well.